Hello, everyone. I'm Alessio. Oh my God, there is such a strong light here. So I'm Alessio, and during my everyday life, usually I support startups. We try to make sure that these amazing fintech startups they get all the resources they need in order to grow. But one of my good friend Yarko told me that I should have started to Vibecode. Then another of my best friend Magnus told me, I think it's time that you start to Vibecode, and I subscribed. So, but the only thing is that I was 1 month before the start of the course. So I said, what do I do for a whole month? Well, I started to look at the video online of Sean. It was super helpful. It brought me back on track. But in the month before, about 30 days before, I probably spent I don't know, more than 200 hours just going down the rabbit hole, and I found it ultra fascinating. I was a nerd, and I remembered why, because it was extremely satisfying trying so many things, and I started to build the MVP for the school. But when we arrived for the first day of the school, I already built the MVP and already built the other feature of the MVP, so I outgrow the MVP, let's say. So I started to build other stuff. But one of the most interesting thing in this journey was the more I was getting excited, the more I wanted to become more effective in what I was building. And the first thing, the first repo that I ever published in my life in GitHub was debate. So I was making sure that Claude, so Opus usually 4.6 and Codex 5.4, 4.3 could talk with one each other. Meanwhile, I was developing. It was very cool, and I think it is super necessary to have multi-model strategy. The only problem was using a lot of token, and I was using apart from a lot of token, a lot of money, because I was using the API. So from debate, then I rebuilt a new repo. It was Collab. So in Collab, I was finding a way to avoid this API call, and therefore it was possible to use the both method together. So to use Opus and Codex at the same time, just using the CLI. So meaning usually Opus is the one writing code, and Codex is the one reviewing code, or Opus is creating the plan and the Codex is reviewing it. Well, today is my last, let's say, meta product, because I built a couple of them, and I want to show you Agent Squad. So Agent Squad is actually an environment for collaboration of agents, multi-model, as I said before, because I was obsessed by having Opus and of course Codex to work together. And specifically, it is structured with one manager that is usually Opus, and then up to 3 teams. But it's really as many teams as you want. The only limit is the amount of RAM that you have. But everyone is talking about agents, so I want to talk less about agents and show you something. So I prepared a demo, and I hope that will work great today. So what I want to do with you today, I have this repository, and I have essentially a simple task divided with the 3 different squad, essentially 3 teams. For each team, we have 1 Opus and 1 Codex, right? So this is the repo, and this is the current app. Is empty, of course. I'm not cheating, and and this is just basically where I'm hosting everything, because I know that many people are bounded by resources. They buy Mac Mini and so on and so forth. Well, I think everything is possible, but just I found to put everything in these headset are very, very easy, very, very simple. I have 24 gigabytes and I pay $30 per month. So I think it's a cheap way to achieve what you need, and there are no API call. So essentially you use directly the interface of Codex and Opus. And also what I'm going to show you in real time is the communication on my Telegram. So as you can see, there are all the information coming directly to Telegram to tell me what team is doing what, right? So there are 3 teams, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, that are working together, right? And there is the mode auto. The mode auto is the Elon mode. So essentially no review, just bro, do it. Okay, let's just try. and let's see how it goes. So in essence, if everything goes in the right direction, the squad that I have it online will build a visualization for the squad itself. Because, okay, having in an interface is in the terminal is nice. If everything goes all right, we will see also what they were doing in real time. It takes about 4 minutes, so I can give you more information in the meantime. Let's go to my anti-gravity and write the magic word unleash the squad. I told him, oh, during the demo, remember this magic word because we need to be cool. We need to be cool with it, huh? So he's unleashing. So in essence, what he's doing now is calling the runner. Calling the runner, it means that he's calling essentially the processes inside this remote server. And to do what? To build the platform to visualize itself. So as you can see here in Telegram, there should be things happening in real time. So what do you mean visualize itself? Like some kind of... So, well, okay, I've also, yes, essentially show what they're doing, right? Because usually you have a conductor, you have this manager. The manager arrive and say, okay, this is the task that we have in GitHub. Amazing. Okay, this is the first task, and this is I give you to the first team. Please work on this task, and the two team work together. Then take the second task and give to the another team and say, okay, now to you work on this task, and so on and so forth. And every night. Yes. Exactly, an easy overview, because otherwise this will be only in code, right? So let's see what's happening here. Exactly, so you say all the conductor is live, there are all 3 works spawning, so the 3 team are basically launching and they're starting to work on it. If everything goes okay, also Telegram should provide information. It seems that it's working, so Direttore Bianchi, I put all Italian name because I thought it was more cheeky. So the Direttore Bianchi say, oh, all hands on deck, and there are essentially 3 teams. Team Alpha with Marco and Giulia. Marco is Opus and Giulia is Codex. Team Bravo, Lorenzo and Sofia, same thing. And Team Charlie, Salvatore and Carmela. Okay, the female are usually Codex. And they're starting to work on it, right? So in this way, I can basically follow in real time what's happening, because otherwise it's running on a remote machine, and who knows, right? Another thing to visualize this, of course, theoretically, is also checking the pull request or checking the load balance on it, that it should essentially spike. Okay, we can ask an update. How is it going? All good? Okay, there are additional updates in real time, as you can see. So the things are moving. So it's not at 2020, Bravo OP create a PR. The PR is pending. The team Bravo is moving forward, and therefore are launching a pull request. So essentially, they're building their interface in real time as we speak. It should take about 4 minutes. So if everything goes all right, I will show you also the interface done. And now there are essentially, there is the Direttore Bianchi that is reviewing, they need to review the pull request for everyone. So essentially the manager go team per team and say, okay, you have done a great job, APR is open, we need to merge. And then they start to merge. In this, yeah, so in essence, when you're building code, before when you build a new part of code, theoretically you build it, then you commit it. You push this piece of code, and then only later you decide to merge this piece of code with your own repository to your main repository, right? This is the way how usually you try to not break things apart. You usually try to break things apart, but okay. And this is what's happening, right? So every in this specific case, every team is building on different part of this specific project in real time. There is no conflicting parts, so it's a little bit easier. And in the end, the manager will go to each team asking, okay, have you done your job? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. He will do the last check, and they will provide a green flag to merge his piece of code to the main repo. So let's look at what's happening now. So I think there is only one PR still available, and it's almost ready. But what is the point of all of that? So the point of all of that is we became the bottleneck in the current working process and building process. And the more we are able to specify what is the final objective, so what we want, what are the acceptance criteria, what the final test need to do, the easier it is to extract bots to do it for us, right? And if you have one people that control, in this case, Direttore Bianchi, and you have a good team of people that can talk with one each other, in particular when you have a multi-model strategy, where Opus can talk with Codex, because Codex is a much better engineer. Opus is a much better, let's say, orchestrator, right? So if they work together, they usually are able to have great results. And this is essentially the whole idea of this agent squad. All right. I think we're done, because the Direttore Bianchi is all clearly sipping coffee again. And the three team, yeah, exactly. Well, he's Italian after all. And then he's done now. Go home, you know. Pizza wife, ideally. So then you have, so the team Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie are back in idle mode. So it means that theoretically it should be done. Let's look at here. 2 PR already up. Let's ask if it is done. Just to be sure before I try to show you the interface and the dashboard. But anyway, let's look at the interface and see. If it's broken, it's broken. If it's working, they've done great, I guess. Exactly. Okay, now it's working, right? You remember it was complete. It was 100% black, right? Now this is completely built, and essentially there is an interface to visualize the specific agent squad that I was telling you before. So the Direttore Bianchi was shipping, was looking at the PR. These are the three team, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. It is everything that what's happening in minutes by minutes, you know, in building the software. So, there should be essentially all the issues that should be probably done, right? I guess. I hope they close it. Yes. So essentially, this is a simple system, but I think that it is already impressive that if you have extracted correctly your agent squad, they will be able to build what you really need. They can build in real time, and they can actually build, you know, a system for themselves to visualize what they're doing, you know, in real time. Well, I hope it was not too confusing what I try to provide, but I'll be happy to answer any questions.
What did they build? What problem?
Yeah. Yeah. So this was it was a dashboard. In this case, it's a dashboard to visualize themselves, right?
What?
Building this dashboard. But well, it is essentially it is just a demonstration, right? I can build a website. I can build an application. I mean, the first thing was a marketing software. I can do debug with the same system.
Website for this product, and then the director would tell these other three what to do.
I mean, to build a website, depending on the complexity, will be probably simpler to build this interface. It's very simple, you know. If you like in this specific case, right? Let's make it more tangible. You have a website and you sell bicycles, right? Okay. What do you need in this website? Well, you will need I don't know, an home page. You will need some gallery of these bicycles. Let's not enter in the modules for payment and so on and so forth, but just the contact details. If you want to sell these bicycles, sure, you can create this specific project. If it is detailed enough, you can break it down in GitHub issue, right? Then you put the GitHub issue there. You run this agent squad that I just showed you. What does it mean? It means that Direttore Bianchi arrived, checked all the GitHub issue, and say, okay, this issue, you do it. This issue, you do it. Here there are dependencies, so we don't parallelize it. We don't do it together. Here there are no dependencies. Okay, this issue, you do it, right? And then every 3 seconds, go around and check that everything is doing what they were supposed to do. If they're doing it, they take the first piece of code and they put inside the main repository. Then take the second piece of code, they go to the second repository. In the meantime, if any of the team found any bug, they report the bug and become another GitHub issue, right? If any found any problem, they will put in another GitHub issue. Therefore, the system never stops until theoretically it is not done. It is a game of having the acceptance criteria well defined to make sure that they don't go wild. So if you want to have a website about bicycle, you know, make sure that you say that you want to have bicycle. If you want to find there, whatever, you know, roller skate, you know.
So this is basically an iterative process to, you know, move forward. But the purpose of this, is it for the director of the squad to progress better, or is it visualization for you to see, or is it for the agent?
The agent don't care about it. This is only for me. This will be this is only for me, and this was just a demonstration of what you can do with an agent squad that works. So the agent squad is a tool to help you to code and to basically remove yourself from the loop and make sure that these agents can actually produce an outcome autonomously for real, and they can collaborate for real. Because everyone is talking about agents, but okay, sure. What can they do in the end of the day? For me, the answer was they can help me to build stuff faster.
But this is basically visualization for you to see that everything is going as it should.
Yeah, in this case, it was just a visualization of the process.
Did you finish your Twitter project?
Yes. I mean, it's cool. It breaks every now and then, but it works very well. I think the most difficult part of that project was the RAG model, and make sure that the RAG model can learn over time. That it's the acronym is retrieval argument.
Augmented generation.
Yeah, retrieval argument generation. So in essence, every specific decision I was making should have feedback into the model to learn about myself, and therefore every time producing much better piece of content. That was the difficult part, to face that thing with the other knowledge part.
What's the Twitter project?
What is that?
What is the Twitter project?
It's called Roger, and it is a marketing platform for founders. So founders that want to do essentially brand awareness about themselves, right? So I'm a cool founder and so on and so forth. In particular, in the area where I'm operating, in the area of fintech, it's important that you have your personal brand very, very strong if you want to, maybe attract funding, hire the right people, and having good partnership. So you need to do about marketing for yourself. And this was the first project. Yeah.